This is for the black and white Realism tattoo. So let's give this a try. I bought a bunch of different types of, I don't actually carry a lot of black eyeliner in my kit. If I do use black eyeliner, I tend to use Black Track, which is a fluid line from MAC. I really like that. Or I'll actually use the face paint Snazaroo, depending on what projects I may be working on. So I do have some other MAC in my kit. This I think is probably, I don't even think they carry this one anymore, so I'll probably be getting rid of this soon. But again, another MAC. This one is Boot Black. So I picked up some, I went to Walgreens and picked up some of these. So this is actually Wet n Wild, the Proline. And this one is Maybelline. This is the Master Precise Ink. So check those out. This one's also Wet n Wild. So a couple of different products. I also have just some pencil, some black pencils as well. So this one is Velvetone. This is actually an eyebrow pencil, so it's much thinner. And this one is one of the PowerPoints. So this is actually like an alcohol-based product. This one's engraved. So this one is not very great at smudging. I'm going to prep my face. So I'll start with a little bit of Witch Hazel. I like to prep the skin before each makeup. And I do like to preface this, even though I'm doing makeup on myself, I do always wash my hands, especially if you use your hands as a tool. It's good practice. Of course, it's great practice during quarantine time. This is my foundation color. This is MAC NW25. So these two are liquid. I will also be using Revlon ColorStay. This is just the fairest color I have in my kits. This is 110 Ivory. But then I also want to come in, I don't know if you can see this, the light is really affecting it. There we go. This is actually called P1 White. This is from Ben 9. This is from their Creme foundation lines. So I'm going to grab my tools to apply my foundation with. So I have a makeup palette right here, and I'll apply my white. Just going to hit all of my highlight spots. I know that this is a black and white challenge, but I am going to make it look realistic in the way that it would be on someone's skin.
So, you don't have to be too precise here.
So I applied my white highlight, and I'm going to apply my mid-tone, which is that 110 Ivory foundation, and then my NW25 foundation from MAC. This is that Ivory color, so it is much lighter. And I'm just going to do it in transition spots. And this is the kind of cool thing about makeup, right? So I can actually mix up different formulas. As long as you have the right products, the right tools, sponges, brushes, you can easily mix different products together. So I'm starting with my foundation color first. I'm just going to blend that into my face. Now, I'm going to start going into my highlights. So the nice thing is this is pretty much my standard go-to for any highlight to foundation base. So I will do highlight in this T-zone, underneath my eyes, and on my chin right above my lips. And these could be any colors. I could be blending purple into green. It would just be the same idea. Whatever is my lighter color will go into my highlight areas. So obviously you can see that the white is not as harsh now since I blended it into my foundation color. If I needed to blend them a little bit more, kind of smooth out the transition smooth out the transition between my colors, I would come back in with my transition blend, which would be that fine ivory color. The nice thing about makeup, it is buildable. So if I get a little bit too much skin color there, I can always come in with my white makeup brush, tap a little bit on, and tap. The technique I really like for blending is a dabbing, tapping technique. The more you swipe, the more you're going to get strokes and streaks in your makeup, so you'll see a lot more of a tapping, blending technique. I'm going to go in with my handy dandy neutral set. And I got this from Namie's. But I really like this powder puff. One of my personal favorite tricks after I finish powdering my face is I like to take a toner, or really just you can use water spray. One of my personal favorites is the Mario Badescu. Just a couple of little spritzes on top of the powder. It's an old theater trick. It kind of rejuvenates your face, kind of brings back some hydration, but it still keeps your makeup set without using a traditional setting spray, which I would use at the very end of my makeup. I've already started. I decided to grab this eyebrow pencil from MAC, and I'm just going to go ahead and kind of lay out a rough draft of the line work I'm going to do. Pretty much the only products I'm going to use for this makeup look is going to be black eyeliner and maybe some black eyeshadow, gray eyeshadow. So I switched to products. This is the Wet n Wild Proline Felt Tip Liner. This actually has a really nice precision to it. Go ahead and take a eyeshadow brush with a little bit of grayish black. So what I'm doing is, once I've applied a little bit of the eyeliner, I come in with my black eyeshadow. And that's what really helps make this appear like it's been shaded, like a real tattoo. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little repair work. These are my favorite little cotton buds. They have a nice pointed tip and a very flat edge. I used a little bit of makeup remover and gently pressing and kind of rotating. I'll come in with the flat edge So now I have fixed it just with that small little technique. I attempted to start using this Maybelline Master Precise Ink, which I did not realize was metallic, even though it says right there metallic. So it does have a sparkle to it. So I've decided not to use this moving forward. It does have a really nice applicator. I don't know if you can kind of see it. There you go. However, when I did try to blend it while it was still a little bit on the wet side, you can see it actually just removed the makeup. So I don't like the blendability. Obviously, I know most people, if you're doing a black eyeliner, you're probably not going to be blending it or smudging it. But just if you needed to know, for that product, does not work very well. A cool trick that you can do if you have the ability to either do 2 makeup brushes or do 2 of the same product. And that way, you can make them symmetrical. Pretty cool, huh? Final looks. Accessories. Of course, the last and final step, some mascara. And my black and white realistic tattoo.